Welcome to my channel, Super Rare Coins. Today's best, top 3 coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. The United States of America 2000D Virginia Quarter Dollar is part of the 50-State Quarters Program, a historic U.S. mint series that ran from 1999 to 2008. Celebrating each state's entry into the Union in the order of admission, Virginia ex-state ratified the U.S. Constitution on June 25, 1788, and its quarter was the 10th release overall in the series, debuting in circulation on October 16, 2000. Struck at the Denver Mint, the D mint mark can be found on the obverse, to the right of George Washington's ponytail ribbon. The coin has the standard modern quarter specifications: a copper nickel-clad composition, outer layers of 75% copper, 25% nickel over a pure copper core, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a weight of 5.67 grams, and a reeded edge with 119 reeds. The obverse features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed in 1932 by John Flanagan and adapted by William Cousins for the State Quarters series, with United States of America above, Liberty to the left, In God We Trust to the right, and Quarter Dollar below. The reverse design, created by Edgar Z. Stevefor, is one of the most historically rich and visually engaging of the State Quarters program. It features 3 ships, the Susan Constant, the Godspeed, and the Discovery, the vessels that carried English settlers to the New World in 1607, establishing Jamestown, the first permanent English settlement in America. The ships are depicted, under full sail on stylized waters, with attention to period-accurate rigging and hull design, conveying both the challenge and ambition of the voyage. Above the ships is the Virginia with the admission year 1788, while to the right appears the commemorative phrase Jamestown 1607-2007, recognizing the approaching 400th anniversary of the settlement. Below the ships is the quadrant, referencing the 4 centuries since Jamestown's founding, with the issue year 2000 at the bottom. The symbolism of this quarter runs deep. The imagery of the 3 ships reflects Virginia's foundational role in American colonial history. Jamestown served as the first capital of the Virginia colony and was the cradle for representative government in English America, as the Virginia House of Burgesses met there in 1619. The quarter also honors Virginia's role in shaping American ideals and institutions, as it was the birthplace of 8 U.S. presidents and a central stage in both the Revolutionary and Civil Wars. The Jamestown 1607-2007 tied the design to the quadricentennial commemorations, which would later draw global attention to Virginia's heritage. The Denver Mint struck 651,616,000 Virginia quarters in 2000, making it common in circulation but still collectible in high grades. In mint state MS65 and above, the coin exhibits strong luster and a sharp strike, with crisp details in the sails, rigging, and waterlines. Proof versions in both clad and 90% silver were struck by the San Francisco Mint for collectors, while circulated examples generally hold only face value. Pristine mint state and deep cameo proofs command modest premiums. A small number of error coins exist, including off-center strikes, die cracks, and cladding errors, which can increase collector interest significantly. The 2000D Virginia quarter remains popular not only for its handsome design but also for its educational and historical resonance. It encapsulates a pivotal moment in the creation of America, telling a 400-year-old story through a compact and enduring medium. Its high mintage ensures accessibility for new collectors, while gem condition and error varieties keep advanced numismatists engaged. In the context of the 50-State Quarters program, it stands as a tribute to America's colonial origins and Virginia's lasting impact on the nation's cultural and political development. Next, the 2006 United States Quarter Dollar coin marked for South Dakota with the P mint mark. Philadelphia Mint is part of the highly popular 50-State Quarters program, a circulating commemorative series issued by the United States Mint between 1999 and 2008 to honor each of the 50 U.S. states in the order they joined the Union. South Dakota became the 40th state on November 2, 1889, and its state quarter was released as the 5th and final design of 2006, entering circulation on November 6, 2006. The coin's face value is 25 cents, but its historical, artistic, and collector appeal make it much more significant than a simple piece of small change. Like all state quarters, it is composed of a copper-nickel-clad alloy, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving it a silvery appearance while maintaining durability. It weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge with 119 tiny grooves, a feature that helps deter coin clipping and counterfeiting. The obverse front design features the standard portrait of George Washington, first President of the United States, facing left. This bust, originally created by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932 for the Washington Quarters debut, has been slightly modified for the State Quarters series to accommodate larger inscriptions on the reverse. Above Washington's head is the word Liberty, To the left is the motto "In God We Trust," and to the right is the P mint mark indicating production at the Philadelphia Mint. At the bottom is the United States of America and the denomination $quarter. The obverse engraving has sharper relief and crisper detail in state quarters, compared to pre-1999 quarters due to modernized die engraving techniques. The reverse back of the South Dakota quarter is a richly symbolic design created by Seth G. Huntington that celebrates the state's natural beauty, history, and heritage. Dominating the upper central field is the famous Mount Rushmore National Memorial, showing the carved faces of Presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. A monumental sculpture completed between 1927 and 1941 under the direction of artist Gutzon Borglum. This image honors both South Dakota's contribution to American cultural identity and the enduring principles of leadership, democracy, and national unity. Encircling Mount Rushmore is a ring-necked pheasant in flight, a nod to South Dakota's status as a premier pheasant hunting destination and the bird's importance in local culture and economy. The pheasant's wings are spread wide as it soars over the memorial, giving the design a sense of motion. Below and around these images are heads of wheat stalks representing South Dakota's rich agricultural history and its role as a leading producer of wheat and other grains. At the top of the reverse is the South Dakota 1889, marking the state's name and the year it entered the Union. At the bottom is 2006, the year of coin issuance, and the national motto Unum, out of many, one, symbolizing unity among the states. The mintage for the 2006 South Dakota quarter was high, reflecting the mass popularity of the program and the need for circulation coins nationwide. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 245 million coins for circulation, making them common in everyday commerce. Because of this high production, circulated examples generally hold a value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated UNC examples with no wear, strong luster, and sharp strike, especially those graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can command $1 to $5 USD or more. Brilliant uncirculated rolls, mint sets, and proof versions from the San Francisco Mint in both clad and 90% silver are also available to collectors. Silver proofs are particularly prized for their bright finish and precious metal content. Symbolically, the 2006 South Dakota quarter represents the intertwining of natural splendor, national pride, and economic livelihood. Mount Rushmore embodies the permanence of democratic ideals carved into the very stone of the Black Hills, while the pheasant and wheat illustrate the harmony between the state's wildlife and its agricultural foundation. The decision to combine these elements in one compact design reflects both state pride and the challenge of distilling a region's identity into a single image small enough to fit on a coin less than an inch across. For collectors, the South Dakota quarter is not just a piece of circulating currency but also a historical marker of America's 50-state quarters program, which engaged millions of Americans in coin collecting, revitalized interest in U.S. numismatics, introduced a new generation to the artistry and symbolism of coin design. Even though the 2006 issue is readily available in circulation, pristine examples and special mint strikes preserve the coin's beauty and its place as a lasting tribute to South Dakota's heritage within the broader tapestry of the United States. Next, the 2007 United States $quarter commemorating Utah's statehood, bearing the P mint mark of the Philadelphia Mint, is one of the special designs issued under the 50-state quarters program, a monumental numismatic initiative that ran from 1999 to 2008 to honor each U.S. state in the order of its admission to the Union. Utah, the 45th state, was admitted on January 4, 1896. And its quarter was the fifth and final release for the year 2007, officially entering circulation on November 5, 2007, struck in the standard modern quarter composition of a copper, nickel-clad alloy with outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper cord. The coin measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, weighs 5.67 grams, has a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and features a redded edge of 119 grooves. The obverse front retains the traditional portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932, with some refinements by William Cousins for the State Quarters series. On the obverse include United States of America at the top, Liberty to the left, the motto "In God We Trust" to the right, and the denomination $quarter at the bottom, with the mint mark P placed to the right of Washington's braid. The reverse of the Utah quarter, designed by artist Joseph Mena and sculpted by Don Everhart, presents a vivid and symbolic scene to golden spike-driving locomotives, the Jupiter Central Pacific Railroad on the left, and No. 119 Union Pacific Railroad on the right facing each other, representing the completion of the first transcontinental railroad at Promontory Summit, Utah, in 1869. Between their fronts lies the ceremonial Golden Spike, an event that united the nation's east and west coasts, revolutionizing travel and commerce. Above this scene, the state name UTAH and the admission date 1896 are inscribed, while beneath the locomotives is the Utah state motto, Crossroads of the West, reflecting both the literal and symbolic role Utah has played in connecting regions and cultures. The date of issue, 2007, appears at the bottom. The background includes stylized railroad tracks linking the trains, further emphasizing Utah's role in American transportation history. The Utah Quarter's imagery holds deep historical significance. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad was one of the most transformative events in 19th century America, shortening coast-to-coast travel from months to days, enabling rapid migration, trade, and industrial growth. For Utah, it was particularly symbolic. It showcased the state's geographic centrality and strategic importance as a hub for both travel and economic exchange. The motto, Crossroads of the West, dates back to Utah's early promotional history and reflects its role not only in railroads but also in interstate highways and air transportation. Numismatically, the coin's high level of detail, especially in the locomotive's components, smoke plumes and track lines, makes it a favorite among collectors, especially in uncirculated and proved conditions. Produced in vast numbers to meet circulation demand. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 255 million Utah quarters in 2007, making it common in general use but still collectible in pristine grades. In uncirculated condition MS65 or higher, the coin commands a small premium over face value, while specially struck proof versions in both clad and 90% silver were issued by the San Francisco Mint for collectors. The Utah quarter marked the 45th design in the 50-state quarters series and was followed by the Oklahoma quarter in 2008. While most circulated examples show the usual wear, well-preserved coins with full luster, sharp strike, and no contact marks are sought after. The combination of its historical subject, attractive design, and high mintage ensures the Utah 2007 P quarter remains an accessible yet meaningful piece of modern American coinage history, encapsulating both Utah's unique state identity and its place in the broader national story. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.